Ayo, ayo, ayo. What's up, everybody here in YouTube land? My name is Sincere, and I am the host of the Standard 81 podcast. And I am back again with another video this time. We're going to be talking about why are you this way? That is the subject of our particular topic. But before we go ahead and do that, let's take a 30-second break, and I will be right back with you in a moment here in 3, 2, and all right, and we are back. So, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. How you doing? Once again, we are going to discuss why are you this way. But before I get into this particular topic, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Give me that like. I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Comment down below and let me know what you're doing, what this is speaking to you, if it's speaking to you, if you don't like it. Whatever the case may be, tell me in the comments, as well as share this with somebody that you think needs it. Without any further ado, let's get into this. Why are you this way? Now, here's the reason for the question. I get a lot. I've seen a lot over the course of a few years, and I've heard a lot over the course of years. Now, just in case you guys don't know, I am a man that has been raised in the 80s, lived through the 90s, and now we're here, right? And things have changed a lot. Now, I'm going to go through this whole timeline, but I want to set the tone here. Ladies are asking, why are guys doing what they are doing? Why are guys this way? Well, it really is a simple answer. Time has changed, so people have changed. We evolve and adapt and grow into whatever it is we find in our environment. That's the way people are made. That's the way we are put together. So whatever the situation is, people grow and adapt and evolve into it. Now, getting back into what I was saying, I have seen decades pass, right? I was born at the beginning of the 80s, and I watched that decade where men were still for the most part one income and they were doing the doggone thing. Then the 90s hit and men changed a little bit, but more women were at work, and there was this cold balance between men and women working, but they were balancing it out and they were making it happen. 2000s happened, more women's liberation began to happen, and now we're full circle. We're back to ladies requesting one man with one income, so on and so on. But here's what we negate. Times has changed, and so have people. Right? Let's just get the practical stuff out of the way. Things have gotten substantially more expensive. If you look at the way the economy is going, it is now more. It costs more to do less. It takes a lot more income to just live a semblance of a lifestyle, a comfortable lifestyle, and some of the jobs that are out there nowadays are not really meant for long-term use. Just being honest. And the environment in and of itself is chaos, right? But now the evolutionary psychology of what women are asking for has predictably come back full circle to where they want men to be the primary provider of everything encasing finance, which I can understand to a certain degree, but you got to look at your environments. This is why there is such a high demand for guys who are high earners, right? But and ladies, let me just go ahead and put this out here. I know y'all want all the rest of the characteristics, but the first credential on the list is income, because most ladies want to be provided for. But what has happened is a lot of crap has gotten in the way of men making the decision to want to settle down, to want to be providers, to want to do certain things, right? And I'll mention a few of them. Education, and I'm talking higher education. I'm talking universities, colleges, right? Women are now predominantly dominant in that area, going to school more, being enrolled more, graduating more than males. Statistics prove it, right? They're coming out of schools with degrees, some large degrees, some more than bachelors. They're getting doctorates, they're getting PhDs, they're getting all the degrees, right? And for the most part, their earning capability goes up. So now their earning capability goes up, and but they're still wanting the same thing that your grandma and your grandma had. But your grandma didn't have a college degree. She was relying on grandpa, who was a farmer. He worked out at a farm. He may have had a job at the mill, and and he was able to do his thing. He was able to fandangle the money. But things were a lot less expensive, and of course they're not going to think so, because at the time things were up and down for them as well. But then we got to get into this. There's rhetoric out there that are making men go their own way. And it's stopping the potential of relationships and the potential population of what's going on. And it's not just feminism. No. Because let me say this. I am not against women having rights. Let me just put that out there. I am not against women having rights. I'm not against ladies having the privilege and the honor to be able to do the things that they enjoy, pursue careers and all that good stuff. But having said that, the pervading thought is because we have all these privileges now, we're somehow better than the men that are out there. When, let's just be perfectly honest, if what you had made you better, so much better than everybody else. How come you're not winning? Maybe in your eyes and the eyes of your friends, you're winning. Maybe you feel like a celebrity. Maybe you feel like somebody important. But in the eyes of the people you want to capture and captivate, you're not winning. That is the men. This is why men are this way. This is why men are going their own way. You got to understand, when you continue to tell men that they are dangerous villains, they are liars, cheaters, manipulators, and that's all they are. All they're good for is seed, and you can just drop that off at a bank and give it to them when they need it. Then what do you expect from that gender? When you have young men growing up in a home where there is no father to teach them the ways of manhood, what are you expecting from the younger generation? Of course, they're going to be emotionally inept. They don't know how to handle things like a man because they ain't seen a man in their life. All they seen is mama, grandma, and auntie, and all that good stuff, and they snapping their necks, clicking their fingers, and going off. So what do you think he gonna do? You think he gonna be able to stand up like a man? No. When you tell men that they have no value and they're trash and all this good stuff, and you don't need their protection, you don't need, they're worthless. What is it you're expecting? Now, don't get me wrong. There's a such thing as called tough love, where you say, "Hey, look, that's not good enough, and you need to try better." But when you constantly are reinforcing negative thoughts, negative opinions, and putting negative words into a particular person's face, what do you think the reaction is going to be? You want men to be all these things, that yet and still you keep on saying that they're not and that they're worthless. You'll make special exceptions for the ones you like, but in general, you don't think men are worth anything. But yet you want their provision, you want their protection, you want their cooperation, you want their emotional availability. Make this make sense. So the good guys, here's what winds up happening. The good guys ultimately say, "I'm done. I'm tired of it. I don't want to. I don't. I'm tired of trying to cooperate. I'm tired of trying to logically think through things. I'm tired of trying to make things better. I'm tired. I'm done." And what you get left with is the guys, the homosexual guys, the fem sales, the guys that agree with all the feminine movement, the simps, and the F boys. That's what you're left with. And you don't really want to mess with the F boys because you already know what they're all about. But then the fem boys, the simps, they too nice. They worse than the F boys, because at least the F boys come out and show and tell you what it is exactly that they want from you, and what it is that they're looking to gain from interacting with you. But they're even worse because they're trying to hide behind and rah behind everything you're doing, and then after they get what they want, they up and disappear just like the F boys. And then, of course, we know what's up with the homosexuals. Y'all like to hang out with them. Y'all think they're great, but they act just like you. And they don't want what you have to offer. If anything, they want to be you. They're going after the same ones you going after. So now you're in a conundrum. And you're asking yourself, where did all the good guys go? Where did all the good guys go? What happened to all the good men? Well, I'm gonna tell you, you pushed them away. When they can't approach nowhere, when they can't speak nowhere, when they can't interact with you nowhere, and then when they do, they get called out of their name, they get trashed and all this good stuff. What do you think is going to happen after a while? See, here's a definition I quote all the time. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. Well, ladies, let me tell you this. If you continue to propagate the same thing over and over again, why do you expect the men are going to come in and give you all this stuff that you want? Why do you think that by belittling somebody, you going to somehow get what you want? I don't care what no woman tells you. Guys do not like women with bad attitudes. Let's just be real. This is why a man, and I am not advocating for this at all. This is why a man will cheat on his smoking hot wife with his housekeeper, who is a 4 at best. I'm talking about looks. And she's crying and asking why, what happened. I wish I had that clip. And the man will say, she treats me nice. She listens to me. She makes me feel good. And in no way, shape, or form am I advocating for cheating. I think that is disgraceful, and I don't think there's any reason for that. If a man gets to that point where he don't feel like he's getting reciprocal action, then he needs to take the correct measures and get out of that marriage, or at least try to fix it. Get some counseling. I would recommend the counseling first. Go to counseling, get some therapy, and get it connect. If you're a Bible believing Christian, which you know I am, I'd say first things first, get in connect, get in the face of God, and find out what it is you need to fix about yourself, and then do the other 3 things. Then do the other 2 things, which is get therapy and get some counseling for your marriage. But if all else fails, hey, go ahead and at least get the divorce. I would never advocate for cheating. No way, shape, or form. But I can understand why it happens. This is why men are going their own way. This is why the soft guy era is happening. Is it satire? Yeah, it is. It's funny. The reality of it all is they're really just throwing in your face everything you've been saying to them. And you know what the funny thing is? Ladies are getting mad at this soft guy era because of how ridiculous it sounds. But this is what we've been hearing. But then you got, I love what Kevin Samuel said. He used to say, you can write a novel on all the stuff you want from a man, but the amount of things you're going to give to him, you can't even write on the back of a postage stamp. Reciprocation. We're not getting it anymore. It's almost like y'all want us to be subservient to you. When God made it that so that we would help each other. God made it so that we can collaborate with each other. And I'm not big on this whole term of partnership, but when God said, and I quote this all the time, when God said it's not right for men to be alone, he knew what he was doing. Remember, God said that. And then from out of men, he created a woman. So he knew he made some strong stuff when he made the man initially. But for some reason, and some weird, odd thing, you just seem to think that, oh, that's only for this, it's only for that, wooty, 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 woo. And then all of a sudden, it's now a problem. Because that guy is not acting, the guys are not acting the way they used to. Where's the chivalry at? Well, let me put it this way. If a man opens a door for you and you just walk in without saying thank you, what do you think he's going to open the door for you again? Or you think the next time he sees you, you're just going to walk on in? If a man opens your door, your car door, and you just sit your butt on in there without saying anything, and you just expect these things on demand, what do you think is going to happen after? This is why I don't advocate for people calling themselves queen and princess and all this good stuff. Let your daddy do that for you. And if you don't have a daddy, then you probably need to get some work done on yourself so that you can get rid of all those daddy issues first and then hop out here on the dating market. But this is not about bashing. But this is not about bashing women. This is just simply telling the ladies why men are acting the way they do nowadays. And there's a myriad of reasons. Times, like I said, the simple explanation is times have changed and people have changed. And as men have heard all the stuff, they said, okay, cool. We just going to adapt with the times. We just gonna go with what y'all give us. And if you think I'm lying, let me go ahead and pull this up. And I'm gonna play this clip here just to prove my point. Are y'all ready for this? Let's get into it.
With a man, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
Men are trash.
men are trash.
Yes.
Now, is it that all men are trash? Is it that the men that you have dated are trash?
All right, full stop. Did you hear that? Now, he's trying to have a civil conversation with this young lady, and the first thing she says is, men are trash. And yet, and still, ladies, y'all don't want us to generalize you and put you all into one box. And yet, without fail, y'all do it every single time. And then when there's then when men start pushing back and saying stuff, all of a sudden, oh, you can't do that to women. You need to be empathetic. You need to be woot. Come on, man. Let's think about what we're saying before we say it. Let's keep listening.
It seems like some cognitive dissonance here if you're looking for love.
I'm not saying they're all trash, but the fact of finding a relationship with a guy that is going to work is very unlikely.
Okay. Describe your ideal man. Like,
I want love. I want to
want
have
love.
that chemistry that's insane.
Paint a picture of your ideal man. Like, genuinely think about this. He's such and such a height. I want him to make such and such a money. I want him to treat me this way. I want him to respect.
Yeah, he's like a 1%.
Okay.
Less than 1% type of guy.
Describe him.
I guess family man, maybe likes the same holidays I like, good to children and pets, tall, has money, more than I would make most likely, or at least can take care of the family and what I would like to do. If I need to have kids, that means I probably have to give up some things.
Minimum amount of money that you would want your man to make a year or net worth?
I've already been down this road. Listen, he's barely even alive at this point. Okay, so.
For me, this is telling. Did you hear? And that was just a few things. Did you hear how great that man has to be in order just to talk to her? He got to be all these things just to be able to talk. Now, mind you, let me say this. The host did ask, describe your perfect man. And without a fail, we heard the same stuff we've been hearing. But surprisingly enough, you say, sincere, this is not what's happening. It is what's happening in real life. Why is it so difficult for the average man to get with the average woman? I'm not saying that this girl is ugly, but because she's an influencer on Instagram and she makes a certain amount of money, she believes that she is above average. Without her status and who she is, it's an average looking chick. And I'm here to tell you, most of us are average. What makes us important in the eyes of people is the status and the money that we have. I promise to God, if she didn't have all that, yeah, then again, let me take that. Because now even the average girl is thinking because she can take a picture and because she can put on makeup, and it's just out of control. Anyways, let's continue to listen to this.
What's the amount?
Over $1 million a year.
Okay, $1 million a year. And is that because based on the rules of hypergamy, women will only date across and up? Is because you've made a good amount of money?
I don't want to date someone that makes less money than I do.
You would not. So why would a guy who makes $1 million a year, and I mean this in
Stop right there. Yeah, I want to expand on this just a little bit, right? Before he goes into his questioning. If you are trying to be with somebody long term, right? And all you're really concerned about is, and this is what I hear more so out in the real world. I just want somebody to come in, and I want somebody to partner with and do life with. Cool. That's cool. Then should it matter that a man earns less than you? And what they'll say is, I can't respect a man that earns less than me. Why? What does money have to do with respect or that man's character? Is he not deserving of respect because he doesn't earn? Let's just say, let's just put it out there. This man, character-wise, is everything you want. And let's, just for fun, we can even throw height in there. Right? Takes care of himself, but you earn 100K and he earns 50K. Why can't you two combine your money? Now you have 150K and make life happen together. Because he's supposed to be a provider, protector. What? Okay, so cool. Then what is provision outside of money? Let's look that up real quick. Let's look it up, because you know I am big on words. So I'm gonna grab my phone. And I'm gonna look up a word. Provision. All right. So the word provision means the act of providing, the fact or state of being prepared beforehand, taking a measure taken beforehand in order to deal with one's needs. I like that third one. An active measure of done beforehand to deal with one's needs. Right? So that is the definition of provision. So let's look up the word provide, which is the root word of provision. Okay, so let's look up the word provide. All right, so the word provide means to supply or make available, to make something available, to have a certain conditions, to make preparations, or to meet the needs. Now, let me say this. Outside of the money, let's say he meets every other provisionary need. He's able to wisely guide, able to handle his money well, all this good stuff. Because when you met him, he was fine. He just doesn't earn as much money as you do. And because he's not able to accommodate the lifestyle you want to live, he's what? Oh, he's a bum. He's broke. If you broke, just say it. Is he really broke? Because he doesn't live the same lifestyle you do, he doesn't have the same lifestyle you do. Well, he's supposed to be he provided for himself just fine. Good indication. That's just me. Good indication that he's able to, if he's taking care of himself just fine, I think that's a pretty good indication that he's able to handle what's in front of him. But because you want more than what he's able to provide, now he is everything but a child of God. Let's continue.
Sincerely, why would he want to marry you?
Why wouldn't he want to?
I'm asking you.
And that's your answer right there. Notice that everything that she says she wants is pretty common, except height and money. All the rest of the stuff, I guarantee most dudes already have. So all those characteristics is not the problem. The problem is she can't get a person to have all of that and have money and height. And even if she gets all that, she still thinks if she come as is, that's all she needs. Fantastic.
Tell me, like, sell yourself.
Well, if I fall in love and I thought that's the right person,
so
we're meant to be together.
Let's say this, Lex. Do you want to marry an NBA player?
I don't know what I want him to be at. NBA is tough. Athletes are.
Do you want to marry a rapper?
No.
Okay, so let's remove NBA players and rappers from the
Hey,
equation.
I like NBA players.
Listen, I've got 20 NBA players on speed dial. I'll hook you up right now.
Well,
but
me
if
too.
you
But
don't want that.
That's besides the point.
Okay, so let's just strike that from the record for a
Sure,
second, Lexi.
Sure.
Lexi,
A businessman
Lexi,
would be
hear me
nice.
out. Hear me out.
What?
I'm trying to find you love right now.
Okay.
Genuinely. I'm trying to find you some love.
Okay.
Trying to help.
I'm not picking
A
on you.
businessman would be
Okay,
nice.
so you
It's
want a
not really
businessman.
in my scene because
Okay.
entertainment's
A businessman.
yeah.
Tell me what you, other than being a sex icon, are bringing to this businessman, this multimillionaire businessman's life that's going to help him in life.
It
Because
depends.
again, he's got money.
It depends what he's looking for, what he needs.
What do you think? I'm
I don't
asking
know.
you.
I
You
don't
see-
know.
you
What that's
see?
for,
Lexi,
but
you
I
need
can
to know-
offer everything and anything I
Lexi,
can.
let me help you out.
You know what you want, but then you don't have no idea what he wants. And you wonder why you're single. That'll be like opening up a steakhouse in a vegan neighborhood and somehow keep on saying that your business is gonna boom. They say beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but I don't think no beholder is gonna look at her and be like, yeah, doesn't matter if she don't bring anything. I want that. At least not a competent guy.
You're the one.
All right, so I think that's enough. I think you guys got my point. But did you see that? Does it not furthermore prove the point? I think it does. You got an astounding amount of requirements, and I'm not sure. It depends on what he wants. What do you mean? I recently heard a clip, and I'm getting ready to end this. I recently heard a clip on YouTube that they said, "What do you think a man deserves on Valentine's Day?" And these ladies said, "A good home cooked meal, his feet rubbed, and some intimacy." That's pretty basic. But then if you go to ask them, they got a laundry list of stuff that they would like. So you wonder why guys are going their own way. You wonder why guys are not being gentlemen. You wonder why guys are in their soft guy era. You wonder why guys are doing the most, as y'all would say. It's not because they wouldn't like to be in a relationship with a woman. It's not because they don't see any inherent value in them. It's because you don't see any inherent value in them unless they are bringing something. I have a clip on my TikTok at the Standard 81 podcast, and I suggest you go check it out, where a gentleman says, and I can't even believe this came from his mouth, that men are disposable, and we should be okay with that because our only job is to protect women and protect our... Now, do I disagree that our job is to protect our women and protect our children? No, I don't. But to say that our only job is that, and that we are just simply means that you can interchange one from the other. And that's the problem. That's the problem, ladies. That's the problem. Y'all keep on thinking men are disposable, like Kleenex. I could just take this one man and put him in that space that I want to be. He needs to be the generic character. This is not create a player or create a man. I didn't say build a man. I said create. You know how if you play video games, or if you've seen a video game, they got those creative players and they got all these details and stuff and hair and eyes and then they give you your attributes and all this good stuff. That's not what this is. This is real life. And when you find somebody that connects with you on a certain level, you need to treasure that. Because there's slim chance that you may be able to get that again. A lot more divorcees are starting to find that out. that all of you are not guaranteed a second chance. You are not guaranteed a second marriage. You are not guaranteed a second opportunity with a good guy. 9 times out of 10, you're going to die by yourself. So treasure what it is you have in that man. So the next time you get ready to ask yourself, why do men do what they do? And you get ready to blurt out your mouth, all men are dogs or all men are trash. Remember that. Remember that. So that this way, when they start acting the way you're telling them that they should act or what they are, don't be shocked. You said it. And this is why they are acting this way. They are simply adapting to the environment you have put in front of them. And that's all I want to say. Guys, check out the Standard 81 podcast over there on TikTok. I got tons of videos up there. Also, check out Sincere the Artist over there on Instagram. I gotta start posting some more stuff over on that page as well. Once again, give me a like, hit that little thumbs up button, or if you didn't like it at all, just give me a thumb down. Either way it goes, just participate. Comment down there. And if you're watching this after it goes live, type second watch in the comments and then leave your comment. I greatly appreciate that. Share it with somebody who you feel needed, and definitely subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Peace.